And when every single scene, we go to the best place in the world. One thing that was a success on Star Wars, I think, was the Rogue One. Whenever we tried to leave the studio as much as we could and go to real-world locations, we only managed to do it a handful of times. But whenever we did, it was really successful, I thought. And so I was like, I want to make a whole movie like that. I want every single scene we go to the best place in the world for every single scene. And so we went to like the Himalayas in Nepal, we went to like floating villages in Cambodia, paddy fields of Indonesia and volcanoes and everything. And so going to the real world, like you get so much for free, like such amazing landscapes and people and details that cost millions to recreate and look terrible in a studio. And it was like, and it's for free if you just take a camera on a flight, you know? And so thankfully the studio, you know, understood and supported this. And then afterwards we had Industrial Light and Magic, who do the VFX for like Star Wars, put in the science fiction and add it. And as a result, I think that combination makes a much more believable world.
They protected me. Took better care of me than humans would have.
They're not people, Maya. It's just programming.
In every aspect of a film, you're always looking for extreme contrast, because something is only loud if you have something quiet, and something's only like dark if you have something bright, you know? And so you're always looking for contrast, and it's the same with the scale of the story. Like, you only have something epic and big if you have something very intimate and close. When I write a film, I'm doing two things. I'm trying to do two things. One is you can take the emotional sort of central, like, you know, relationship away and just tell the story like a newspaper would write it about a war, right? And then the next thing is you then try to find a very like personal, like emotional story within that. And then the two like thread together. And so I was pulling from films like Rain Man and E.T. even, stuff that affected me between two odd people that are opposites, like going on a crazy journey somewhere.
This is a fight for our very existence.
Sergeant Taylor, we are this close to winning the war.
There was no really political agenda as much as just trying to keep it realistic. Whenever you make a science fiction film, everyone has a million questions about the world that they don't have when you do a contemporary film. And the easiest way to answer those questions is to point at real world situations. You go, it's like Afghanistan, or it's like Vietnam War, or it's like, you know, Iraq or something. So you're always using the real world as like a starting point. There's like a September 11th kind of event that happens at the beginning of our film, and there's no agenda other than like it's a faster way to get the audience to go, I get this, I know what this is. It's like that, but with robots. And then it's, because you need to sort of get going as fast as you can. I was basically looking for somewhere that wanted to try and do this combination of like a small independent film but with all the advantages of a Hollywood blockbuster. And I think probably the reason I went for this level is I was probably sort of paranoid that I could go and do like a tiny little movie, you know, myself, on my own, anytime I want. And I felt like after Star Wars, there was this opportunity to get like, not the biggest budget in the world, but something big enough that it would be on like 3,000 screens in America and all around the world. But the crazy thing is that it's really hard to get a studio to agree to do an original sci-fi. It's it's like an endangered species today.